Hello everybody, it's me, the Ultimate Fan. Welcome back. We're back to the Thomas season review, season ranked. I don't know what I'm gonna call this series, I really don't know. We're ranking season 4 today. I already ranked, the first 3 seasons, so I do recommend you do check out those before this one, but hey, today we're ranking season 4, UP, let's do this. Alright, we're starting out with Grandpa. Honestly, first, I say, A tier. Pretty good start. I do like this episode a lot, and it's a very fan favorite. It introduces us really well to the narrow gauge railway. You know, Duke is a cool character. I wish he came back in the series, but whatever. Yeah, but I'm glad that he didn't get flanderized in CGI. But really good episode. I don't know what else to say about it since the fandom has talked about this episode to death. So yeah, moving on. Sleeping Beauty. Oh boy. B tier. It's a pretty big downgrade from the previous episode, but not by much. The episode is it kind of concludes Duke's story, but it is pretty boring and not really interesting happens in it, but it's a pretty good episode for what it is. Bulldog, oh boy. Very controversial, but I do like this one a lot. S tier. Honestly, it really shows both two sides of two characters. First, we have Sir Handel side, which is young and impatient. Then we have Duke, which is the warrior side, that he would do anything to save the little engines. And I like that. Also, the episode is intense, and the crash is also, I heard it's based on like a real event. So yeah, props for the realism there. But yeah, not much to say about this episode. Moving on. Can't win. I'll put it in A tier. It's pretty good, but not really anything to say about this episode, so, yeah. Duke just gets his comeuppance on Peter Sam. Yeah, I was about to say anything else, but yeah, I don't know what else to say. Moving on. Four Little Engines, honestly, one of my favorite episodes this season. Now, I do actually really like season 4. It's not my personal favorite, but I do like it. But yeah, this episode's really good, and I don't know what else to say about it, to be honest. All I'm saying is that this episode's good. Scarlet is a cool character, and yeah. What else? I don't know what to say about it. Let's move on. Bad Day for Sir Handel. Yeah, B tier. It's not that great, to be honest. Sir Handel's just a bitch. Yeah, not that much. Season 4 is the season of Thomas that I don't know why. I just don't. I'll go for these episodes quite quickly because honestly, season 4 is not my personal favorite season, to be honest. It's not my personal favorite. It's a great season, but it's not my favorite, which is the reason why these episodes... Honestly, I haven't seen them as a kid, so... yeah, I don't have any nostalgia factors for this season, but... whatever. I think this episode's pretty good. Let's move on. Peter Sam, the freshman lady. What do I know about this episode? B tier 2? Honestly, the only thing I remember from this episode is that one of the props from Tugs appeared in it. That's all I really know, but other than that, it's kind of a forgettable episode. And the refreshment lady really doesn't reappear in this in the rest of the series, only if you count season 7, which... yeah, so yeah, this episode's kind of forgettable because nothing much happens, so yeah, because this season was mostly a back to basics thing, just like season 1, because, you know, the narrow gauge characters, but I do like this season, I do, but not my personal favorite. Yeah, let's move on. Trucks, oh boy, oops. Yeah. S tier. Honestly, yeah, the crash is amazing. I like the crash. That's why it goes in S tier. It's a really good episode. The crash is really good. Not much else to say about it. Yeah, let's move on. I don't know what the episode this is. That's why season 4 is one of the most forgettable seasons because there's so many episodes I just forget. I don't know what this episode is. Is this one about Duncan or? Yeah, honestly, I'll put it in E tier because I don't know what this episode is. Oh my god, this is the first time I forget an episode. Oh my god, I forgot an episode. I'm so stupid. You can guys go cry at me in the comments. Because I don't know what this episode is. Oh my god. Let's move on. Rock and roll. Now this is one I actually know. S tier. Really good one. Duncan is always funny to watch. That's the best I can say. Duncan is just a funny character, and out of all the narrow gauge characters, he's my favorite. But, yeah. The Crash is kind of cool. Rusty is introduced. What else? I don't know. Let's move on. Special Funnel. I'll put it in A tier. I think it's a good episode for what it is. Honestly, visual-wise, it's pretty good. But other than that, I don't know what else. So yeah, moving on. Steamroller. Oh my god, this episode. Tom Marks, this is my favorite episode of the season. Why? It's just hilarious. It's hilarious seeing Sir Handel and George just bitch. And, roast each other. And also, like, George wins. Which is not very common, but it's a funny episode, and honestly, it's a really cool one. So, yeah, it's my personal favorite of the season. Passengers and Polish, B tier. Honestly, I can't really put it lower because I don't know. It's a fine episode for what it is, but other than that, there's not really that much else I can say about it. So, yeah, moving on. Untold Engine. A tier. Not my personal favorite, but I do like the atmosphere of the episode and everything else. And this is one of the episodes that's getting a lot of praise. Season 4 gets a lot of praise by the Thomas community. But yeah, pretty good episode. Rusty to the Rescue. I know this episode is pretty much hated, but honestly, I'm putting it in C tier. It's not bad. I'm not saying this episode is bad. Well, I mean, I put this one at E, but I don't know what this episode is. Okay? You know what? I'll change this one to I don't know. Boom. Is the I don't know tier. But, yeah. This episode is pretty good. Like this one. I know it doesn't make any sense, but Stepney's a cool character. And we're finally getting into the standard gauge stuff. So yeah, let's move on. Since Stepney, finally we're getting to the standard gauge characters. Because, yeah. B tier, I guess. It's not a bad episode. I think Thomas is kind of returning back to his, Season 2 self. Because in Season 3, he was a bit nicer, but I guess since we're back to Railway Series stories, I can excuse it, but other than that, I don't know what else to say about it. Moving on. Train Stops Play. Oh my god. You know how I said that Steamroller was one of my favorite episode in this season? This is my second favorite episode. It's just really good. And yeah, I like the chasing. Caroline is a cool character. Not much to say. Let's move on. Pull it out. I think this episode called, yeah, Season 4 I forget a lot of the episodes this season. Like, seriously, I don't know what this episode is. Oops. I'm gonna put it in B tier. Honestly, the scene of Duck and Stemney pulling the express is pretty cool, and I do like a lot of the visuals in this episode, so that's why it's up here, so yeah. Henry and the Elephant, the funniest episode of all. Henry gets hooshed by an elephant. A tier. Funny episode, love it. Is it better than the narrow gauge stuff? Because now move it down here. Oh, but I do like this episode. I do like the narrow gauge episodes better, but I don't think this episode is that bad. So yeah, let's move on. Cold stands by. You know what? My third favorite episode of the season. Just, I don't know, this episode, out of all the episodes of season 4, this is the one that always sticks in my mind. Just, the one with Scruffy in it. I know Scruffy didn't appear again after this episode, but it is a nice episode. And hell, he still even gets merchandise to this day, which is like, why? Like, this episode came out in 1994. Oh, whatever. This episode's still pretty good. I really liked this episode. I really like this one. Yeah. The crash is really cool, just seeing Scruffy just explode. Yeah, this is the one that always sticks in my mind when I'm thinking of season 4, so yeah. Bullseye's, D tier. There you go, D tier. This episode's just nothing. It's just nothing, okay? It's nothing. Yeah, moving on. Thomas and the special letter. Oh boy, the 100th episode of the show. Yeah, this is the 100th Thomas episode. Everybody in the community knows that. Honestly, S tier. It's a really good episode. I like this one a lot. I mean, it's kind of the finale of Thomas's character arc in these first 5 seasons, because this is like the last time he's ever fucked up. Because after this season, Thomas never fucks up until the end of season 5. And honestly, I don't really think season 6 and 7 count, so yeah, I think this is the last time Thomas has ever fucked up. Yeah. Let's move on. Thomas and the Queen of Sodor, I think this episode was called. It was one with the Queen. I'll put it in A tier. Honestly, this should have been the finale to season 1. Because we have the flashback scene. And this episode chronologically takes place after Down the Mine. And it's just confusing. I do like the episode though, but honestly, this should have been in season 1. This should have been in season 1, not season 4. But, yeah, let's continue. Fish. You know what? Screw everything I said here. This is my favorite episode of the season. Why? It's just so good. The visuals in this episode was astounding, and honestly, go watch the Unlucky Tug's video on it, because it's just so good. Moving on. Special attraction. B tier, to be honest. The crash is pretty cool, but Bullshire is never seen again, and I don't count All Engines Go. All Engines Go is crap anyways. But, yeah, I don't know what else to say about it, so yeah, let's just move on. Finally, Mind That Bike, C tier. It's nothing of the road. I don't know what else to say about this episode. I don't even think everybody even makes a whole video on this episode, because honestly, I want to see somebody make a whole essay video about Mind That Bike. Yeah, I like to see people do that. But yeah, that's the tier list of season 4. I know I was very harsh on this season, but this season I have very little experiences with. I think I just watched it once, like, years ago and never again. I did watch some of the other episodes in like sometimes, but yeah, this season always just, I don't know, it hasn't clicked with me, but honestly, it is a pretty good season. I'm not saying, I mean, there's a lot of S, a lot of B's, there's a couple A's. Yeah, I could have put this episode higher if I knew what it was, but yeah, this doesn't count. But yeah, let's just scroll down and show you the whole tier list. And that's all I gotta say. I was the Ultimate Fan. I'll see you guys in the next video. So bye.